Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok @Dominion Broadcast and on X @DominionCast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Mondays are definitely for reactions, while the weekends are for actions. Right here on Dominion Sport, we talk all things sport on the show. And this is Dominion Television, your channel of choice. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I have Samson Balogun, the official captain himself, the man with unbiased analysis and undiluted report. And I have Fola Egbe, the lady that talks sport, right here on the show. This morning we'll be dissecting everything in the world of sport this wonderful morning, from the local stories, the MPFL. Also, we'll be looking at the AFN situation with our athletes right there in Tokyo. Also, we'll be taking highlights and videos from the update from Tokyo and also the MPFL. Also, we'll be looking at the Premier League, the Spanish La Liga. We'll look at the camp of Manchester United, what's going on with Ruben Amorim and Manchester United. Also, the Euro basket is over. We'll be looking at that situation right here this morning. All this and more on the show. But before then, let's meet Samson Balogun. Good morning to you.
Well, top of the morning to you. top of the morning to you viewers too. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Dominion Sports. And of course, it's really nice to be here to talk sports once again. There's a lot to unpack on this show. A lot happened over the weekend. As you rightly said, you know, Mondays are for reactions. You know, a lot of
and these reactions are not looking. They are not looking too good. But most definitely, this is what we do. We dissect them and see where the positives and negatives are. The reason we do analysis is not because we want to castigate or make anyone feel bad about what they have done, but most definitely to actually make some corrections and look for a way forward. Going forward. Falayegbe, good morning to you.
And good morning to you. My mouth is heavy this morning, but we thank God for keeping us.
Why is your mouth heavy this morning?
We thank God.
Up my you.
All right, let's take the local story this wonderful morning from the camp of the MPFL. Let's look at the MPFL table. There you have it. But actually we got a sad story from the referee board that one of the referees passed away, before the game. We're going to take that story, but before that, let's see the MPFL fixtures for the weekend. And let's see if Samson's prediction and Falayegbe's prediction for the weekend came to pass. Actually, for Ikorodu City, Samson made it and he said, Toluwanimi, this is going to be a dead rubber game, for Barrow FC. They're not going to pick up a victory, and Ikorodu City did that, perfectly. Also,
even
Yimba, yes, you also said that. But the shocking one for me is Plateau United, who are here to pick up a point this season, and they won on their own top against the defending champions Remo Stars. Something for you. Look at the fixtures. Benden Insurance, all their goals this season. It reminds you of a certain Brentford United. With the long throw.
That was the era of Rory Delap at Stoke City.
Delap at Stoke City also. Remembering that. Also, Plateau United victory. Then you have Kun Khalifat also picking up a victory. Kano Pillars, we talked about them on Friday, and it looks like a rejuvenated side. Ahmed Musa getting the goal right there. Rivers United. Come on. But something quick one. Let's analyze the fixtures. There you have it. For you?
Yeah, I think, the only surprise of the weekend was, it's not far-fetched, but most definitely, majority of the results were more or less like how it was going to be. But Plateau United defeating Remo Stars
was not what you saw.
Was not what I thought was going to happen. I was rooting for Remo Stars to get at least a draw away from home, being the defending champion. And of course, they recruited a few more players to show up that team, but most definitely it didn't work out as planned, and I think this is the time for their coach Daniel Omugumore, who has been absent for some time, to come back into the fray and see how they can make some changes. We can't afford to see the defending champions losing to Plateau United. That's not looking too good. But then I know that he is one tactical coach that knows exactly what the problem is, knows how to fix it, and then knows how to move forward from there. So that will be really important. But then, surprise of the day was Kun Khalifat defeating El Kanemi Warriors by 3-1. I knew they were going to win.
Okay.
But I just didn't see it coming. It was going to be
the
3 goals. I was thinking, 2-1, 1 goal to nothing. But then 3-1, I think that's a fantastic result. Against El Kanemi Warriors, one of the teams you would say, they have really been a surprise of the season. But then at least they got their fair share of defeats so far this season. Against Kun Khalifat, also a newly promoted side. So interestingly, that's a battle between newly promoted sides. But then, going forward, you see another result of Kwara United getting a draw away from home against Warri Wolves. Kwara United this season, they have seemed to be a team to be a little bit, I'm beginning to see a little bit of difference in how they played last season to what they are doing this season. Probably they are pumped up by the fact that they know they will be playing, on the continent this season. Maybe that is helping them a little bit, but then we have seen a little bit difference. And then straight back to Ikorodu, which I said,
your prediction was did you give Ikorodu City the win, Fola? Did you say Ikorodu City was going to win that game against Barra?
I actually said they were not going to lose, but because against Barra, about that we shouldn't think
underplay what Barra can do in that game. Okay, go ahead, Samson.
I think Yimba now, they are trying to find their rhythm.
Their rhythm,
away to Bayelsa United that came to Ibadan to defeat Shooting Stars. And of course, 2-0 away from home. And I think Coach Monday Odige was attacked by a friend of the chairman of Yimba Football Club. He was not, at the press stand, had to send his assistant to avoid the 1 million naira fine, by the NFF. But then, I think there should be a way we separate business from friendship, business from the usual things we always see. this man has been paid to do a job. He was getting it right until Enyimba came to Bayelsa and defeated them. And I think that is not the end of life. We have 38 games and we have only been able to play 4. So someone should just tell the friend of the chairman to calm down a little bit. I mean, the coach should not be under pressure at this time. I mean, were they expecting...
You might not know the investment that have gone into the team.
But still, you should...
I get that.
You should not get to that stage when you resort to physical assault just to drive a point home. I think that is totally bad. And that does not speak well of our sports in Nigeria. So if that is happening to Enyimba, that should know better. How much more of a team like Kun Khalifat coming on board for the first time, coming to the MPFL, Bara FC also coming. So if they do that, so we will now set Enyimba as a reference. I mean, that should not happen. That should not happen. They should know better. Now it's going back to Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan. I told you that the best result they will get away from home against Rivers United will be a draw.
All right.
Yes, they stuck their neck out. Almost got there, but unfortunately miscommunication at the back, just like it happened against Bayelsa United. The same thing repeated itself. And I'm an advocate of corrections. When you spot an error, you are able to correct it. That's your job as a coach. That's your job as an assistant coach.
As a match analyst.
As a match analyst. We are committing, some... I think it was a lapse in concentration. That was exactly what happened against Bayelsa United. Communication between a defender. Leave the ball. I'm coming for it. And then he leaves the ball. The goalkeeper comes for it. Clear that ball because I'm never going to get it to the ball. This is how defenders communicate. There was a point I was saying, Mustafa Lawal would have done better. Goswill was in goal.
Fantastic
Gosgift, was in goal. But, he pulled off, some fantastic saves. Unfortunately, his best was not enough. But one thing that was clear was that as Shooting Stars right now, there are 3 top goalkeepers that will walk into the starting 11 and make a difference. He did that because it could have been worse than that. Ismail also had a fantastic chance in the first half to score. Unfortunately, he could not convert, fluffed his lines. And also, that tells the coach that we need to start practicing on how to bury our chances.
Actually, we're going to come to Shooting Stars this morning, but let's look at the standings, what it looks like. Fola, for you, we're going to have the display right now on the screen. There you have it. We have the standing for the MPFL fixtures for match day 4. All right, there we have it on the screen. We have Enyimba, we have Rivers, we have Warri, we have Wiki Tourist, we have Nasarawa United. Enyimba sitting on 8 points. We have Rivers on 8 points also. We have Warri Wolves. We have Wiki Tourist. But for you, looking at the bottom of the table, 18, 19, and 20, we have Plateau United with their first win this season. Shooting Stars with 2 points, and also Barua with 2 points. For you, what's it looking like, for the likes of Kano Pillars, Plateau, Shooting Stars, and Barua? I know it's still early, in the season, but come on. They say as you lay your bed, come on.
As you said, I'm not surprised. I'm sad for Shooting, but I'm not surprised. With everything they've done this season, with how they've, with the last home game they played and how they behaved, how the lack of communication and the use of tired players, and I'm not surprised. Am I sad? Do I want us to walk better? Yes. But for Barua FC, I'm not surprised also because they're a newly promoted side and they're facing teams that have been in the MPFL for some time now. They have to acclimatize with this kind of system. Exactly. I agree. For Plateau United, I'm even sad.
Maybe this win against Remo Stars.
Exactly. I'm even sad for this kind of team to beat Remo Stars. I'm sad, but we cannot underestimate players in MPFL, the MPFL in this season.
All right, all right. Let's listen to our coach Nuruddin Aweruru speaking after the game against Rivers United, and we'll be back to get an update from that.
Rivers United, what's your overall impression of the game here today? Your team lost by 1-0. Tell us how you feel about the game and your thoughts about the game generally.
I want to encourage my players to bring more. They did all they can to manage the pressure. The pressure was from every side, corners, different angles. But kudos to them. They have managed to to cope with the pressure and give out their best. So I want to tell my players to do more.
You get it right after. Okay, Coach, it's basically the 4th game into the season, and from what we saw, your team lost today, but from what we saw, they indeed seemed ready and different for the season. Now, how do these first few games of the season, how does it put you forward going into the rest of the season? It's a revamped Shooting Stars, we must agree, that we have seen this season, though yet to win a game. Does that in any way dampen your morale going for further games?
Yes, yet to win a game does not dampen my morale. I only just observe that we are getting better on each game, and I want to believe we are still going to get better. The league just started. I don't want to believe in a couple of matches we played that we didn't win the match. I just want to believe the boys can do better than this. And today shows to me that the boys are ready to get better. Yeah, we are still going to give out our best, and we keep working hard and to see how we can get better.
Okay, so Coach, we've seen the expertise of your team, and that is solely based on your goalkeeper, Ekana God's-Gift. As a matter of fact, he was so brilliant, and is arguably the man of the match. So, is Ekana the best goalkeeper in the Nigerian Premier Football League?
Sincerely speaking, he's one of the best. He has the confidence. He's very skillful, tactical goalkeeper. And for what he did, that is not a new thing for me. I know the guy can do it better. And I want to encourage him more to do more.
Okay. All right, that's all. Thank you.
All right, there you have Coach Nuruddin Awerero speaking, to the media team after the game against Rivers United, coming from a defeat. It's just 2 points for Shooting Stars. Samson Balogun, you are, one of the top guns when it comes to understanding the game with Shooting Stars. Where we are at this point in time, Samson, what's the way forward? I can understand that, we can give Coach Nuruddin Awerero some time, to still put some things in check going forward. But, the fans are agitated. And the next time is going to be against Kun Khalifat, a Kun Khalifat that won, their home game right there. For you, Samson, what's the way forward?
Well, I think the coach is, just that, sometimes when you are doing so much, and the result is not in your favor, people think you are doing nothing.
Yeah, true.
I want to believe that the coach, Nuruddin Awerero, is one of the best coaches you would have in the MPFL this season when it comes to technical ingenuity and what he brings to the table as regards how he plays. So he's one of the best coaches in the MPFL this season, regardless of the current state of results. Yeah. Now, as it stands, I've seen the team evolve over the past 4 games. What we saw yesterday is totally different from what we saw
in the home game.
Now, what that says is that even when major changes are made in the team because they are playing away from home, some players have to be rested because of the journey what it takes to execute an away game in the MPFL. We have seen that all these players now, some of them are now in sync, not all. All these players now, they are now trying to play as a team, just that, there are just few last details to be added, which is when you have created so much chances, you are not burying them. I think, even against Rivers United, they created chances. In fact, at the point they hit the woodwork,
the woodwork,
they almost got a goal. So if that had gone in, we will not be talking about a defeat now. Probably we'll be talking about they got a result from that even if it was a draw. And sometimes when you score first against your opponent, you don't even know what is in their head. They might just not get it right again until the game ends, and then you run away as with all 3 points. So how do we go forward when it comes to burying chances? How many strikers do they even have as Shooting Stars right now? The only recognizable striker at Shooting Stars, as we speak, that I know, is Sadiq Ibrahim. And Sadiq Ibrahim is prone to injuries.
Yeah, and he can't do the job, for 38 games. 38 games, he can do the job.
A lot. So, when the season started, even after some players were named, they still brought in a striker. They brought in another midfielder. Have they added to firepower at Shooting Stars? I have not seen it.
Not now.
Now, we still have some players who are out injured. Joshua Akpan, for example, is still out injured. He's one of the best players we'll talk about when it comes to playing, several roles on the field of play, can play as a central midfielder, can play on the flanks on the left, and can also play behind the striker. So he's still out injured. And I know the coach is banking on him to actually come on board and make a change. These are things the coach is still yet to be able to define as Shooting Stars. And I have always said this thing, I don't know if anyone follows, but the thing is, when you have so many players.
Actually, if you have almost 30 players in your squad,
Alex Agawa,
how do you churn out the best?
The first 11. Alex Agawa has only played once this season out of 4 games.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best players you want to bank on in the Shooting Stars team.
Yeah.
So, if all your best players, the perceived best players who have actually played for this team for at least 1 or 2 seasons before the coach came, if they are not around, where does this coach go moving forward?
Yeah.
I don't want to buy the idea of, they should have left Benga Ogunbote, who was doing fine. Even at the time when the coach is doing really fine, they leave the team. Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool for Ancelotti to come on board. So it doesn't matter how well he did last season. Yes, he was given the chance for 3 consecutive seasons. Shooting Stars were not able to muster a challenge to play on the continent. Yeah. So it means that a change was necessary. Even if it is 1 year, 2 years that you have spent, even 5 years, change is constant. So we need to get used to the new style of Nuruddin Aweroro. He has come on board. We are seeing changes in how Shooting Stars play. But then let that be translated to results on the field of play. And that includes being able to keep all the important players fit. And that goes to the physiotherapist. You don't want to keep too many players on the treatment table. Because if you do that, you have failed as a physiotherapist in the team. So you should look at his procedures, his processes. If it is not in favor of the Shooting Stars players, probably you should change it. That also goes to the fitness coach. So if your style does not suit these players and then puts them on the treatment table all the time, you should probably make a change. They are not used to it. Maybe you should try as much as possible to change your fitness routine to suit the players in the team.
All right, so quick one to Fola Yegbe and Samson, because we need to move on to the next story now. We have so much to cover this morning. Just quick one. The next game is going to be against Kun Khalifat. And if they don't get the result against Kun Khalifat, do you think the end is near? Fola?
Well, for me, yes. I think, do I think they should, should the end be near? No, but for the system, the organization is actually going to have to, because they want results. They've put in so much in the revamping of the team, but they would want to start getting the results. So do I think the end will be near if they do not get a result?
Against Kun Khalifat?
Most likely.
Samson, quickly, for you?
Well, I think, the people who understand the project, the fans might not.
I was about coming to that. The fans might not.
The management does. Yeah. They know exactly what an uphill task, Nuruddin Aweroro has been put on board to do. Yeah. You see, the challenge is not limited to the result on the field of play. I think it is, expanded to how Shooting Stars is being run as a team. And ever since, we have seen changes in how Shooting Stars as a team is being run. We see transparency in the number of tickets being sold, how much the team makes, and then how branding has come to be a major thing. I think that for now has been a consolation for the people.
I agree.
Who currently watch Shooting Stars. But then for how long will they be able to stretch? How long can they wait?
That's one of the people that have said, how many, old guns for Shooting Stars have phones in their hand that can look at, what the media team have been doing over the years, what they care about as a result.
Right, and that's where, we need to do more by doing what we do, by explaining exactly what is going on. I, for one, am not a friend of Nuruddin Aweroro. I'm not a brother to him. I do not know him from anywhere.
You're not even friend to Honorable
Taiwo Salami. I think I've only met him 3 times, and on those 3 occasions, it was just strictly business. So we do not have a relationship. So I have no business defending him. Oftentimes I've come here to say, look, what he's doing is totally wrong, and we don't want him to do that if Shooting Stars is going to move forward as a team. So we have seen situations like that. So the reason I went to that route is because I want to be expressly clear to people who watch us that you see, at this time, the coach actually needs time This is a new project. I am a lover of results too. It makes me happy when I go to cover a football game and then the team I have actually gone there because of them is actually doing fine. We saw a little bit of that last season, the season before, when Shooting Stars will play and win at home. You are almost sure of what you write when you are writing your match report.
Yeah.
So it's you know, almost like that. Sometimes you while you close your eyes, you try, you know what exactly you are going to write. Yeah. But you know, as it stands, it's been difficult for people like us who write match reports, who, you know, bring out stories after the game. It's difficult to actually put something down because it is always in the negative and the people don't want to read that. So it affects us too. So let's just think and give the coach a chance.
So something
10 games. 10 games wouldn't be a bad idea.
Hold on, something, because I want us to move forward. You're yet to answer my question. I know you too well, and when it comes to answering questions like this, I need to answer my question. Is the end near for Coach Nurudeen Awero?
I don't think after 4 games.
If it's not getting a win against Kun Khalifat, is the end near?
I don't think that will be the end. I think that will be, you know, the beginning to an end. Yeah, I think that will be the beginning to an end, but that will not be the end. Kun Khalifat will come to Lagos Salami Stadium, and almost certain that Shooting Stars will get a result in that game. Shooting Stars will get a result.
It should.
Because when it comes to, you see, what your supporters, what they do when opposition teams come, especially for newbies who don't understand what it means to play in the NPFL. The crowd at Shooting Stars at Lagos Salami Stadium will do a lot of, you know, magic and will be a massive support for the Shooting Stars players. I just hope the coach gets his starting 11 right, gets his formation right. I know he has studied how Kun Khalifat plays this season. They are very fast on the break.
Yeah, actually.
And if you can actually pin them down and then make your midfielders do the job, I think we're going to get results here.
All right, that's the update coming from Shooting Stars right there, and we'll be looking forward to that game against Kun Khalifat. We'll be here to analyze that game bit by bit, just for you. Moving away from that, the next pictures on your screen are, that is the Dark Art from Bendel Insurance having to win all the way with a throw-in. For me, it's not even this image as my problem. It's the fact that MPFL do not have branded balls for the season, and it's sad. Come on, having to get this report, and over the weekend is really, really disheartening for me. And I was speaking with Samson Balogun this morning, saying, "Come on, what are we doing? We don't have branded balls, and most of this club side have to go to shopping complex to get balls." So, this ball you are seeing right now with Bendel Insurance, the player right here, it's going to be a different ball again that they will have to go. Maybe they're going to Remo Stars to play. Remo Stars would have to be the one to bring balls. So MPFL do not have branded balls, and I think they need to wake up. They need to have a wake-up call for things like this, because it doesn't give a facelift for the brand called MPFL. Moving away from that story, the next picture is for Ahmed Musa getting in the goals for Kano Pillars and giving them the much-needed 3 points right there. Moving away from that, let's talk the NWFL story this wonderful morning. There you have it on the screen, Samson Balogun, a wonderful one. Debutant shine on match day 1 as the 2025 NWFL Championship begins. The 2025 Women's Football League NWFL Championship kicked off on Saturday, September 13, 2025, with the debutant Queens, Ayadume Queens producing the biggest upset of the match. They won a counter right there in Umuahia against Abiraba of Abia State, Southeast Nigeria. The newcomer stunned giant Pelican Stars 2 goals to 0 right there in Abira. Let's look at the table right there, and let's look at what it looked like, the fixtures that happened over the weekend. There you have the 2025 NWFL Championship right there. We have Group A, we have Group A2, we have Group B1, and we have Group B2. Something for you. The NWFL kicked off already this weekend.
Yes, it kicked off, and some games are still being played as we speak. Yeah. It spilled over to Monday, which originally should not happen.
Should not happen, yeah.
But then I think the most important thing is we have started, and I think going forward, some of the anomalies we saw in the day one of the league will be corrected.
Yeah, but if you can have the result, please. If you can have the result as Samson, let's have the result.
And one of the challenges we have faced is sponsorship and branding for the NWFL. That's exactly why we still play the abridged league in that area. If you go to England, for example, their league is a straight league, just like the men's league, because they have enough resources to run the league. And I think we are not, as I always say, that most times when it comes to female sports, it is often overlooked and underdeveloped because so many people do not want to identify with them in terms of sponsorship. And I think that should change going forward. And how do you change that mentality? How do you change the orientation is you start by branding the league yourself. We have seen situations where some leagues, they started on a good note. Take, for example, the Saudi Pro League. Before anyone came to say, oh, we want to sponsor the league, they started the branding on their own. So they sponsored the league to an extent where, you know, investors now see reasons to identify with them. And I think that is what we should do. As long as there are budgets for these leagues, I think we should tap into it. But the results yesterday, for me, you know, we saw some of the usual suspects doing what they know how to do best. And of course, we saw some newbies, you know, doing... Some magic,
yeah. You know, you have Royal Queens against Gallant Queens. That game ended 0-0. Yeah, first, Mai Babes. That one, they had to lose that one on their own turf. Castmore Ladies, 3-1 right there in Umaya. We have Sunshine Queens against Forest Ladies. That game ended 3-0.
Usual suspects.
Yes, usual suspect. We have Quara Ladies against Unification, ended goalless. You know, all these games happened in Umaya. Also, we had the Group B one. Pelican Queens lost to the Newbies right there at 2-2 to New Ayadume Queens. We have a Chosen Generation against Wazabak International. That one happened. A victory away from home for them right there. Imo Strikers are getting 4-0 against Delta Babes. Mojid Queens against Ghetto Tigers. The game ended 2-2. Like you said, we have games for today. Still happening. We can have that fixture still happening, and we'll look at the group phase quickly so we can take more stories. There you have it. Samson Balogun Group A, Group A2, and these are the results and the table looking like for Group A in the match day 1 of the NWFL.
Right. I think, you know, except for Sunshine Queens, who, you know, is one of the usual suspects you would find in the NWFL. They are doing exceptionally well at this time. They are, of course, they are top of their table. And we also seen the Delta Babes, you know, they are also back in the league, and we'll see what will happen ahead of, you know, when the playoff comes. Let's see who qualifies for the playoff. But then there are other new entrants like Wasbak International, Chosen Generation, Pelican Stars. Pelican Stars have been around for a long time.
Actually,
but they have been inconsistent. I do hope that they are able to correct that this time around. But for Ghetto Tigers, Oshun Babes, of course, they have been around for a long time. Delta Babes too. But the results are in the first game of the, you know, league, you know, really do not favor them. They can turn things around. At least their name should, you know, do some wonders.
Follow for you. Yeah. For you, looking at this group standing, you know, what you're taking the match they won.
Well, like you said, like you were saying, like the Oshun Babes and the Delta. Well, Oshun Babes have not played now. Abi?
Yeah.
They haven't. Okay. It's the Delta Babes, like, well, we shouldn't be underestimating people, but we thank God for them. I'm sorry I'm using God today lots because
Okay. Let's move on away from the NWFL story, and let's take more stories making the round in the world of sport this wonderful morning. That's coming through from Toby Amusan over the weekend. We saw that we're going to have the video being played right now, and we're going to watch the video. We're going to take more stories. Let's look at the videos that popped up over the weekend, you know, concerning our athletes right there in Tokyo.
Two size. The shoes I saw they collect with them. I go show you guys waiting Jamaica collect. And when I tell you, say Jamaica did say WhatsApp group with Nigeria, but they're not worse like this. I go show Nana. Second trip, I will tell you to do. Don't carry the athletes suitcase, they go Tokyo by road. Nigeria never collect suitcase.
Okay, all right. Videos, are being displayed as we're talking. Something, I'm sure the sporting family will be looking at the videos, watching it, and it's not a good one for us. So Toby Amuso had to make that video, and I really want people to listen to, especially the audio, not even the video. She was making so much comment. If we can have the next video being played, so that we can discuss on that. That video is quite important for the next discussion we're going to have. My producer, we can have that video being played.
Give the athletes suitcases. See what in Nigeria pack kits put for athletes. Every year, that's how they collect her. Inside one small bag. A country. Which company be this? Iresa. This country will steady embarrass you. Now, can't say many people not switch allegiance. Now, never ready. I beg you. Nigeria give us one. Rosie is a laugh. I'll put you for video now. Two. Men are the can't more. Two like that. One. Kilele, je boxer si lele abi. Even blind man no say this thing. It go be like Nika for my body. They give us two. Everything two now they say oh yeah. Competition gear. When we say if you sweat like this, the color of it if if it pee for your body. I beg. That the water. Wait a minute. They went to bash one. Olofa o. Atuti ri pata mi o. Tomash bash two. Tomash bash three. And extra pata. Ejo duro. And in their words, podium wear up and down. I beg you. Long tight either. Wear long tight. Wear 3/4 tight. Wear long sleeve. No singlet. No singlet. No nothing. We never get clothes we go wear for dining. This thing they give us now is strictly competition gear. I don't do this one. I do like this one. I don't feel like I've wondered that place.
She's even bigger than the last kid. 2025 World Championships Track and Field Team USA kit is here. Time to unbox her together. Let's go. She's a big. Holy mackerel. Golly. Wow. Team USA. Bag, two-piece. That's nice. This backpack suited up with the flag. Yep. So we're definitely going to use this pack for World Camp. You know the drill. If you saw the other video, we got the drawstring bag with a bunch of tampons and then another drawstring bag. You never have enough.
All right, there you have Toby Amuso, speaking about the situations of the athletes right there in Tokyo, and trust me, the AFN has actually replied. But something before we read the reply of the AFN and Fola, the situation of that video for you, Samson, I'm sure over the weekend, and also Fola, you saw that video, and it's an eyesore to have our very own athletes complaining and making videos like this. For me, when I first saw the video, I wanted to even say, why can't Toby not even protect us a little bit? Don't bring us out to the world. I was about saying that, but again, I'm like, come on. I think if it's a total disgrace we want, I think let's have it. Let's all be shameless together, and let's come together as a country and be shameless at this point in time. Because come on, something. That's the video you saw. She said, the same Jamaica. We are the same WhatsApp group, and in that sense, it literally not on the same WhatsApp group. In that sense, it means that they are not better than us. when it comes to, having funding and or whatnot, welfareism, but there they have it. You saw their luggages packed properly, but, our own kid had to come in, nylon bags, and come on, it's a whole lot something. And the next video you saw also was USA's, come on, I'm sure USA is far from Nigeria, but come on, Samson. And I'm sure there's a budget of not $1 million that went into this competition. Something, on Friday, you said that, before a tournament is being, prepared for, there's already an awareness already that that you're preparing for this tournament. Yeah. And we're not talking millions, like I said, we're talking billions. Because when I saw, what was approved, I'm talking billions. And there you have it, Samson.
You see, Tolu, sometimes when I talk about the Nigerian setup, it feels like I'm not a Nigerian, but most definitely, I am Nigerian, and when it comes to talking about what's right and what's wrong, and I think everyone should be vocal about it. Don't be shocked that if you check the United States budgets to this particular competition compared to that of Nigeria, might be 3 or 4 times more than that of the US. But Nigerian athletes will get about 2 or 3% of what the athletes in who is swallowing this money.
Come on.
See, the challenge is not limited to just the people at the corridor of power, because most people will say, oh, if you check Twitter now, most people will be pointing the blame at, accusing fingers at the president. At the president. Who cares less about what is going on in the sporting sector? He has too many things to
I don't know about this. I'm definitely sure about that.
I'm driving at a point. I'm driving somewhere. He doesn't even. He has a lot on his table. He's probably China, Brazil bilateral agreement. He's thinking of, and then someone is talking about pants for the
World Athletics
competition.
Yeah.
See,
in Tokyo.
Now let's do a cross-examination of what the AFN said, what Tobi Amusan is saying, compared to what other countries are doing.
Okay.
They came out to say, oh, they were to receive their gadgets, the equipment in batches, their clothes in batches, and then she only showed one. She did not wait to get the rest before she made a video. Yeah. Should they even get these things in batches in the first place?
Actually.
Because when you look at, they are going to need this equipment, these gadgets, these clothes. They are going to need it for one competition. So why give them in batches? So are you saying they are not going to? She even mentioned that they are not dining clothes. So are you saying they are going to go to the dining without it, and then when they get it, they probably put it in a boutique.
I'll wash it again.
They will put it in a boutique. See, let's get things straight. If it is bad, it is bad.
It is
what
bad.
We are saying is an eyesore. Should not happen. It's an aberration. Someone orchestrated this. That person should be at home by now. That's the basic truth.
It should not be in office.
Whoever, not even in an office, if that person is with them right there in Tokyo, that person should be back in Nigeria.
So hold on something now. We also got the report that the numbers of officials that they have right there in Tokyo
they are more than the athletes. Yes, that's what we do. It's a usual thing.
It looks like a vacation tour for some people.
Look, it's a routine. Most people do not know this, but then let's break it down. Let's quickly peel beyond the surface.
Okay, let's talk quickly.
You see, when there's a competition like that, all that matters to these officials is not the competition itself. Is an avenue to get out of the country on the budget and of the purse of the federation. Now, what they do is they even invite some of their friends to bring their international passports. Oh, you can travel with us now. They take money from those people. They use the diplomatic relationship between Nigeria and Tokyo to get visas for these people. They travel and those ones will not come back. So this is more or less like an avenue for them to push a narrative, take their friends, their cronies, their people, take them out of the... Because how do you explain? Explain to me in common terms how sensible it is for you to travel and the number of officials are more than the number of athletes go. See, what exactly are they going there to do?
They want to support
so if Tobi Amusan is injured, an official will replace Tobi Amusan. Are we even okay in this country?
No, they want to go and support them, or they want to go and cheer them.
I don't understand. What role have they gone there to fill?
They want to go and do up
that
Nigeria.
2-3 people cannot do. Check the contingent of the United States. As many as they are, they probably might have about just 6 or 7 people going there.
Because their job.
Because they know what they are there to do. Except for the coaches. Now, for each sport, let's say track and field, there's a coach. Short put, there's a coach. Javelin, there's a coach. Yes, we understand. So even if you have 2 athletes, if you have 2 athletes for a particular sport, there's a coach that goes with them. Yeah. We understand that. True. But how do you explain that the number of officials is probably twice or thrice the number of athletes going for the competition? Where that points at is that someone, instead of channeling the fund to the welfareism of the athletes, has channeled the fund to take care of his friends.
Okay, hold on. Our time is fast spent now, and I really wish we can play the Ogazi video, because we're talking of officials right now. Right. If we can play Ogazi's video now, Ogazi is an athlete, that was set for 400-meter race, but he claimed that he had an injury before the race, and he told them,
"I'm not feeling fine.
He said, "Go and try your best." Try your best.
Can you imagine?
How does an athlete?
Want to ruin his career now?
How does an athlete run with an injury?
They want to ruin his career, because if he runs with an injury, they want to ruin the leg.
Let's listen to Ogazi for a bit, then I will wrap up the show.
I told you, Team Nigeria officials, I wasn't prepared for this race because my hamstring is bothering me, but they still insist that I should go run. So I did what I could, and that's the outcome. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean by you weren't prepared? Can you explain a bit further on that?
On Monday back home, I had a very good practice. I felt ready. I flew on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I went for a shakeout, and I felt some tweak, or I don't know, some shaking on my hamstring. And I don't run with injuries. Everybody who knows me knows I don't run with injury. So I told them, I think the day before yesterday, I'm not prepared for this. I don't think I could do anything if I go out there. But they said, just go out there and give it your all. And first, I didn't warm up properly. I didn't do anything properly. So yeah.
So would you actually have been willing to sit out this race at the World Championship? This is your first World Championship.
Yeah, I was willing to sit out. I was very, very much willing to sit out.
Come on, something that's Ogazi for you. He lost out of that the trials. I mean the competition. It's not going to be in the final the finals right there because of that injury to him. And there you have it. Come on.
It was crystal clear.
Yeah,
he told them exactly what he felt. And that is what you should do to an athlete. You listen to them, because you are not in their system.
They're not in the system.
They know exactly how they feel.
Exactly.
He told you, I have hamstring, I'm not feeling too comfortable. In fact, as an athlete who should be, raring to go, let me manage, because I'm here, and this is a major competition
for me,
I don't even know if I'll be here next year. He said he doesn't want to go, but you are saying go and try your best. How do you do that to an athlete? One, you are being cruel.
Yeah.
Because this could be one of the things that destroys his career. Yes. Because when you aggravate an injury, you might just not get back to your full fitness, and that's a major problem. But whoever told him to run with an injury, that person should be back home. That's my statement. It's not reasonable. It's not.
Guys, I promise you tomorrow we're going to continue from the situation, because Blessing Okagbare also spoke, and we're going to get the report also from AFN. Also, we're looking at the Premier League and other major leagues across the world. Remember, the Champions League Night of Football is back. We'll be looking at that also on the show. Also, we'll be giving an update from the Euro Basket. All this and more on the show tomorrow. And like I promised, I wanted to give you an highlights for today. I don't know if my producer can still play that, but if we can have that highlights for today, that's going to be tomorrow. I want to say big thank you to everyone watching Dominion Television and also Dominion Sports. We're going to be here again tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Stay blessed.